Aquarian Age is an anime that I got mixed up with Zegapane for like 5 years because I watched them around the same time. And when I recently rewatched Zegapane and was like, wait, is this what I thought Aquarian Age was? Decided to go back, rewatch Aquarian Age to see if I'd ever actually seen it. Turns out, yes. And the reason I thought Aquarian Age was Zegapane was because, unlike Zegapane, Aquarian Age is not memorable whatsoever. What's it about? I could barely fucking tell you. From my understanding, there is a series of factions, I think 5 of them, who are at war with each other. And then there's another group of people with special powers that are unrelated to them, which can control the individual members of these factions. See, these factions have magical powers, some of which seem to be coming from, like, mysticism, whereas other members of these groups appear to be possessed by supernatural entities, some of which are gods, some of which are monsters or supernatural spirits. And then this other group uses their talents to control members of the 5 organizations, so they're sort of like a 6th organization, I guess, but they're just individual people with special powers, and really the 5 organizations are all fighting in the background. So the main character has the abilities to control other people, and he does it through his music. And this entire thing is a sort of war about entertainment branches, where the main character is a musician, and then his girlfriend, who isn't a girlfriend at the beginning, despite what all the synopses say, but is his girlfriend at the end, spoilers, fuck you, you're not going to watch this anyway, becomes an actress, and then one of them becomes a model, and then I think another one becomes an actress also. So it's almost as if Aquarian Age is a story about how groups and secret societies are secretly running the entertainment industry, and how the entertainment industry is inherently evil. And I almost wonder if it's a sort of commentary on traditional Japanese values, because the only real good faction in this is specifically the Japanese faction with no hands in the entertainment industry, whereas everyone who is in the entertainment industry seems to be vaguely evil, and then at the end, the main character leaves the entertainment industry. So I almost wonder if Aquarian Age is a very, very poorly constructed critique of the entertainment industry and a commentary on secret societies running it. But to be honest, the show is so poorly made that if that's the message, I could not fucking tell you, because you have heard my evidence to support that. Is just the things that happen in the show, if I'm being honest. It is not until like episode 9 you have any fucking clue what's happening. They give you a basic rundown of what's going on in like episode 8, I guess, kind of. But even then, the focus of the show is really that the main character's girlfriend is essentially going to be possessed by one of 2 entities, one of which is the Hindu goddess Sarasvati, and the other is some Japanese deity whose name I don't fucking remember, but she's supposed to take over the Japanese branch. Well, she doesn't want to do that because they were lying to her, so she ends up becoming Sarasvati, but Sarasvati's evil for some reason, which is a weird choice because if I had to pick an evil Hindu deity, that wouldn't be the fucking one. But that's the one they choose for this, and she becomes the goddess of acting, and she, like, murders people by acting so hard. She acts so hard, she murders people. There's also weird fight scenes in this, which they don't explain how the fight scenes work or any of the mechanics behind it, but I'm gonna be honest, it's actually sort of intuitive. And I didn't mind that so much because it also wasn't super relevant. And there is an actual good moment at the end of this where one of the characters seemingly sacrifices herself to become a barrier. She survives, I think, but it doesn't matter. And then all of her allies who had betrayed her previously show the fuck up and they create a barrier with the reference to like the 4 cardinal directions like Suzaku, Genbu, Byakko, and the 4th one that's I don't remember. I could probably remember if I tried hard, but fuck that, I don't have time. But yeah, the show does no fucking effort. It puts no effort into actually explaining itself. You are almost all the way through the show before there's any explanation. Shit just sort of happens. And even then, the show doesn't really explain itself. Because we know that people have the ability to manipulate others through their talents. And the only other person we see doing this just uses a fucking computer and dog collar. So I think the implication is that he's like a trainer or something, but then why does he work in the entertainment industry? And why does the other person that we see working in the entertainment industry some sort of angel or some shit? The show has no interest in explaining what the fuck is happening. All it cares about is the main character's relationship to his girlfriend, which it explores in decent depth. And I would have to say that as far as it goes, the show actually does a decent job of exploring its characters and developing them. So honestly, its character work's not terrible. The problem is a lot of it banks on the fact that you're supposed to care about these characters, and I don't give a shit about what happens to them. So yeah, Aquarian Age is kind of bad, but it's almost bad in an interesting way, and actually giving this review about this, I kind of don't hate it. The biggest sin it commits is probably that, other than it being confusing as fuck, is that it's actually just kind of boring. Twitch and Discord in the description. I've been Sacrobolic. You're Envoy of Hope. Bye-bye.